on up, wake it on up, man. We about to talk about it. Give y'all a little time to get up in here. Um, kind of late on the subject. Wasn't really gonna speak on it. But they was getting at a Tony, aka Cartoon Fire 3, and it all started over the 50-50 talk, man. Which to me is kind of foolish, especially when you got old cats out here talking about prison still when you know you ain't in there. But I know a lot of people are infatuated and like to hear about it and want to know about it. And my best advice, you want to know about it, go up in there and see what they doing and how they getting down. Because it's you know, it's for the birds. You know what I'm saying? It's for the birds. It ain't even worth having these long conversations, man. And these dudes are still out here talking about it. Who was there? Who didn't do this? Who do that? So it is very selective politicking. Um, you know, it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. But you know, wouldn't judge nobody. And I see we could all see people hypocrites and talk about certain stuff. And from my knowledge, none of these dudes was really, Spire Loke and all them. They say they not like that no more. So how can they get upset at Tony for, um, you know, Grandpa for saying he want to do something different? What it do, man? What's the bi? Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all the stuff and stuff. He know me, huh? Jim Brown. What's up with it? Um, but it's a whole lot of back and forth over stuff that really ain't ought to be glorified. If you made it and you didn't come back, if you even came back, whooped on and cut up and all that, and you made it, you should be glad for that. You know what I'm talking about. But to talk about who this, who that, it really beating a dead horse. Um, but when you point the finger, it's three pointing back at you. And I see, Bobby Ayo was funny with it though, as you can see the thumbnail Cription. I believe he made that one up, and got on the man and said he was messing with boys. I think they cleared it all up, and it ain't all that, but that's shit you don't play with. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody want to change their life and do all that because why? I think one of them said, well, maybe he trying to be a Christian, get the Christians on it. You know what I'm saying? On his team. But he was already doing good numbers. And it kind of brought his numbers down. So I think people see that, he's talking about stuff that, brought him to YouTube, got his fan base. And he's still speaking on it. Which, if he ain't glorifying it and he ain't gang banging and super tripping and all that, that was his life before. So he could talk about it. But the enemy don't want to see you do good. They'll try to pull you back, and it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go into to saying a man was playing with punks and all that. You know what I'm saying? It goes somewhere else because true, not true. Um, got your secrets, and it was a whole lot. And these niggas still on here talking about 50-50 yard and who dropped the four and whoop de whoop and I mean it really ain't about shit. Penitentiary ain't all that. It's a bunch of busters that walked the yards and made it through. You know what I'm saying? And it's some real ones that lost their life behind the bars. So it is what it is. But one thing's for sure, if I can't say if he's a real Christian or he's half stepping, uh, but that's up to him and the creator. That's his walk. You know what I'm saying? But I congratulate bro for being a nigga say 62. They say he an older dude, grandkids, all that. And sometimes you just gotta when it's foolishness and it's BS, you just gotta try to change your perspective and do something different. Now, for motherfuckers that keep talking about prison and prison yards, I don't know if you want to go back or what, but you speak on a lot of stuff, man. And it ain't nothing that, niggas is on the streets. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Um, Except people that ain't never been there, ain't had that struggle, ain't got to worry about that, and just want to look and see which one of you niggas is real niggas and real gangsters and real tough. You feel what I'm talking about? And this ain't gonna be long. I'm just shining in because I watch what's his name? The Watch Bobby Yayo. I watch him sometimes. I like his content. He be speaking some good stuff sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? What it is, what it do, what it look like. You know what I'm talking about? About to wake it on up. but you know, contradicting themselves too. They, I'm a member in this, but we all black and we this and that. And they got them talks like that, but then they'll get on here and cuz blood, you bitch ass nigga, and we could all look at that as you not being genuine to what your message is or how you gonna call out his hypocrisy when you doing the same thing. When a lot of people judge me, but it could be just hate. It could be just want to, you know, get his people to look at because he got a lot of subscribers. You feel me? So I was just thinking it was, you know, it was some BS. You know what I'm saying? It went for all that just because he wanted to say my stepson is a real one and whatever, and there ain't no problems. When he went home. He went there. He probably would have had a couple years, came home, and he doing his stuff. We see Jack rapping. I even followed him on Instagram. I heard of him before when he was rapping, but like, you know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whole situation with the when they was getting on Tony, aka cartoon about selective politicking, being fake Christian and all that. And I just say that's kind of judgmental. And I didn't heard Spider, you can't be lukewarm. They all throwing some scriptures and you know what I'm saying, and they're talking some good shit and mix it with bullshit too. So how can you judge the next man if that's his walk? You know what I'm saying? What you eat don't make me shit. And I think sometimes people just say shit because it sounds good at the time, and then you know what I'm saying, get the views, get the likes. But we gotta keep it real, man. And like I said, at 62 years old, you banging and you been to prison and you know what I'm saying, you still alive and you want to be about your family and about the creator and do your thing, shit, more power to you. Because a lot of us was in the mix of the stuff that ain't really worth nothing and keep talking about the prison and prison and prison. And I don't think none niggas want to go. I don't even know where Spider Loc went though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the whole world is most definitely. I believe in the creator. There's plenty gods, you know what I'm saying? But that's for another time. I ain't trying to have church or be a preacher because then people will say, well, look, he was drinking the other night and he said blood, but now he talking about like he a pastor trying to preach. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of some Tommy motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. Nah, I ain't never did that, but yeah, like I said, it's about to be a short one. I just want to come touch bases with my folks. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't liked it, subscribe and all that stuff is just go ahead and get to it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Uh, but yeah, just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Always keep it genuine, 100. It's not. I ain't picking and choosing because I don't know none of these dudes. What's good with it, folks? What's good with it? Um, none is my homie or I'm siding with him, but I'm saying you could tell a little bit of hate, a little jealousy just because you know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to go out the woodworks, which it could be a little bit of politicking, selective politicking, or that's his family. So he's speaking and it changed his mind a little bit. Um, but yeah, if you still and they talking about it, they've been talking about this shit for a whole month. I was on level 4. I ain't never been 50-50. Well, I could have been 50, but I was hard though. And, it's you can't please everybody. And it's a lot of, gang goofies on and real motherfuckers everywhere in the penitentiary. Uh, nah, you shouldn't be around those certain type of people. Nah, you know what I mean? But it gets old. Niggas can't home. You at home, live life. Because sometimes we speak on stuff and it can be our reality again. And they say I think cartoon must be fighting the case or whatever. But I'm not too. I haven't been on that too much or really know too much about it, so I ain't gonna speak on it. But if the man want to change his life and do right and tell the youth, you know what I'm saying, that's the way, that's what he believe. And if it's God, Jesus, Allah, or Yahweh, or whatever, that's his choice. But I think he can still talk about his past, you know what I'm saying? That's called a testimony, you know what I'm saying? I've been through this. I was fighting this. The homie died in my arms. Whoopty whoop. Bitch tried to set me up. And telling the story as long as you got a positive and you're not pushing no negative agenda or so, the extras. I think it's good. I think I salute him, even though I don't watch his videos as much as I used to when he was telling all his stories and all this gangster stuff and But yeah, it look ridiculous when a nigga got grandkids, 7 talking about I'll be in the set next month. Nigga, I'll stay over there too. And, who do you have to prove shit is? You know what I'm saying? Who do you have to prove stuff to? Um, right, right. It ain't no because the rules get broken and changed by whoever the players is. Just like nigga talking about that prison yard, the whole thing in California been switched over. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's more PC 50-50 and than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's a touchy subject. But like they say, well, if you are reputable, you supposed to go to the level 4, make sure you get your points up and stay longer with us. Hell no, I don't believe in that. I tell you, got a chance to go home and you just got a little time to do. Learn from it and get on. You know what I'm saying? And maybe find the creator like Tony, man. But yeah, it's a whole lot of lukewarm and half stepping. So, it is what it is. And like I said, this ain't finna be long. I'm probably finna get off in a few minutes. Got some things to do. Uh, and that's not what I'm not here to say if it's a God or if it's not. Um, I don't believe the man made all this out here in the world, but everybody got their opinion. You feel what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Um, Yeah, yeah, man. But good looking. Y'all come through, check it out. I'll probably throw little steaks on the grill, throw that on the short or something. Y'all like that too. Like up, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't subscribed, do that. But yeah, it just gets sad. It looks sad when he was big crippin' and he old as hell. And like, man, even though the cartoon still looked like he was a soldier and with all that, but you ain't gotta be a gang member. You ain't gotta be with a bunch of niggas to be that guy or to be stand on business. So, you know just for the youth to, wake up because it looked ridiculous. Now everybody talking about on 50-50 yard. And nigga, you ain't walked the 4 yard and you ain't like the shit cute. And the shit is for the debates. And, if you don't learn nothing out of it, they can keep your ass locked up in the cage forever. Or you can come out and change some of the ways that brought you in there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all they politics, prison politics, which some is like the street though. When you really look in it, if you ever lived that situation and been there, it gets you a lot of enlightening how other races really think and how they really feel, how who really with who and who trying to, you know what I'm saying? But the motherfuckers is, they against everybody, ain't it? Even your people will get you. They'll be the first one. So it's a whole lot of, you know, got put in the air where it's fair, man. But I think so I think you should stay on the you know, because they watching now. Everybody watching, especially people if you but shit. There's pastors out there, the TD Jakes and all kind of people getting rich off of God, and doing all type of shit with P. Diddy oiling up. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, it get tricky Mickey out there, man. But I would never judge the next man on what they believe in. If they want to do better, that's on them. So it almost was look like niggas, you's a buster now. You put down your rag. You're not really like that, so you need to not talk about shit when you got mob. You talk about what you want to, and we see it on here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be going crazy. Say less moments, or say less, whatever his name is. That nigga funny, burnt out, but he get on here just talk about everybody, diss everybody, and shit. That's give you the views and the likes, and nigga handle your business. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, the real from the fake is kind of easy, especially once you've been through it and live. It's easy to see who really playing and who really might be stand up. Even though shit it get confusing sometimes. Niggas they can trick you. Wolves and sheep clothing are yes, wolves and sheep clothing all the time. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's it. That's all. And Spider Loc, man, it's just like they like kind of doubled up. And Spider like Loc been on here so long. It's a lot of bad stuff to talk about it, man. He an easy target, really. I thought maybe Cartoon was gonna get on Bobby Yad a little bit more, but that's their situation. And I guess certain things he felt he didn't need to justify or talk about, which shit, yeah, that's your opinion. That's their opinion. So what? What you gonna do with it? Y'all can pick and choose who y'all think side is the best and all that. But when you start breaking it down and talking about niggas was playing with punks and he got secrets, and that's maybe why he want to be with God. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really know, then you don't know. You can't just put people names and shit and just black just to get people to look and be like. Because even with B Brazer, certain niggas that have been in jail, that's the thing. If you've been in jail a long time, a lot of people that ain't never even went, man, he for sure getting some boy booty. That nigga been there 30 years. But You know, it ain't always like they got the CEO women and all that to be. Yeah, it's all type of stuff going on, but that go on too. And yeah, I understand that too, Mister 512 Texas. Yeah, and that's what it look like. He has to stay getting them numbers relevant. He want that YouTube money, so he go back to talking what he's talking. But he did say, "I'm not really on that," and this is the I changed the intro. Um, and he's not uh, God anyway, so he can't make you go to heaven or hell, or you shouldn't follow man no way. But it at least look like an attempt that he trying, because I don't think he's doing them numbers and doing good, and then he say, "Well, I'm gonna talk about Jesus and get all the Christians on. I'm a reformed member," but who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna, I can't say it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we just kind of wake it up for a minute, man. I got some new content I'm working on, some new little shit I'm finna talk about. We gonna get on that Charleston White talking crazy to the baby. I got a little what to say about that, but we know how Charleston White get down. He uh he like to rage bait and talk crazy and then say, I'm gonna call the police, I'm gonna shoot you and stand on business, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it is. It's all the more bullshit, the more negative, the more disrespectful, talking crazy about people and all that, you're gonna get the views. People want to hear it. People want, oh, you gonna respond? And I'm guilty of that too, you know what I'm saying? What's his name? Say something, or they was all talking about B Brazy had the boy thing, Trevor, and with somebody was just talking on the phone. I ain't really no proof or nothing. But oh, what are you gonna say back? I know you ain't gonna be on here and just let them just say he had a little white boy lover and all that. Man, that's crazy. But yeah, it's all for views. Most of the shit is not reality. Some of it could be or half truth. And I really think Cartoon was trying to change. Even him moving way out there, which the rent and all that is, you know, more affordable than California. But certain things you can see he didn't cuss. He wasn't really too like turned up banger, but he let you know, yeah, he with the bullshit. But that don't mean you gotta be around a bunch of niggas or hanging around and stealing bullshit at 60 years old to be with that business. So, our mind thinking gotta change, you know what I'm saying? And fuck popularity when it's a whole bunch of BS and fake shit, and niggas go to pen, them niggas don't they forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you could be entertaining and or whatever, and do you a show in the hole or whatever, do some be brazy type shit. Or the other dude, Jay Hood and all them. But yeah, when you out, man, live free. Ain't nobody. I'm not, but I see a lot of people do be worried about, how a person see them. I figure fuck around, and find out. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to put on extra thick or convince anybody of anything. I mean, we see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he do still be talking about certain things, but that's how that's what his channel about. Yeah, if he wasn't gonna talk about his stories, his prison time, and all this certain things, he probably should have just cut that page and got a new page and walking with Christ or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the decryption was crazy. That was kind of funny. Then the hypocrite, they was on him for a minute, man, but I think that died out. But that 50-50 talk still ain't, and it's kind of sad when we see our people, folks, still like that was their best days. And ain't got nothing else to talk about. But when he's on the yard and I took a nigga canteen or I knocked this person out. But everybody like the story, so they give you what you want. But yeah, I think that's kind of wrong for that. Um, just off the fact if he's saying that if it ain't true, but if you trying to do better and grow as get old as man 60, 70, how many years you got left, you know what I'm saying? What it is, what it do, y'all. um, you might want to change your mind, your thought process if it was incorrect and it ain't right and you spent 30, 40, 50 years in jail. uh, get something for the next generation to think about to where that shit ain't cool. Which most of the young cats they know that they ain't even trying to go to jail, but then they'll get out there and blaze you up because they ain't trying to get put on World Star, get socked out on camera. What's up, Belize? What it is? What it do out there, man? Uh, yeah, but like I said, this is I'm about to go ahead and make me some eat, some dinner and stuff, chill out. Yeah, but we got to teach the youth better because if not, it's just gonna get worse and worse. And it don't matter about no because prison is for the it's not it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there, and it ain't no fucking award. I walked 4 yards, 30 down. Niggas be like, damn, you did all that. Whew, I could have did it. You fucking retardo. You know what I'm saying? Uh, or but it's looked at as a badge of honor, man. But yeah, we just got to be truthful and a lot of people talking. Even like I say, Bobby, yeah, I fuck with his shit, low key. When he be talking, he got some good stuff he be talking about. But then when you come out there and then you be talking about, well, nigga, you ain't whooping, and start talking certain talk, but you saying I'm for development of our people and we need to do this and do that, and you going back and forth, niggas can call you a hypocrite or what is it, Muhammad Crip or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the thing. And we just gotta do better, man. All you niggas other than me, except maybe Bobby. Bobby Ye probably a little bit younger than me, but the rest of them other than me and y'all still talking about prison and who do you bad and you can't do this and man, live life, get money, and get vagina and live it up. You know what I'm saying, nigga? And nobody want to be stuck on the 100 yard or 50, 90, 80, 20. You don't want that life. Unless you just, a crash out and you ready for whatever. And that's how you wrote, that's how you coming. But eventually, even them niggas like, B Braids, anybody, you sitting there forever, nigga. It's a whole bunch of times I'm sure nigga like, damn, I was man, I should have done, I don't want to do this. I should have did it like this if I could change, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool. But yeah, stand on business is stand on business. And he did kind of change his tune because he was talking like, yeah, 50-50 was bad. But then Jack came, he kind of switched his tone, which, hey, people do that. You know what I'm saying? That's how so many niggas from different hoods got homies that ain't really shit or got some bad shit and be, but that's the homie though, man. Or that nigga be sliding with bread or he got cheese. We gonna let that slide. So it's a whole lot of just little funny style shit when it comes to gangs and politicking. So best thing is man, stay away from these suckers, man. Sucker dodge, do you and live and teach your folks, your people, or anybody that's ready to listen about some real stuff about how life really go. When yeah, that tough shit. It was played out then, but for sure now on this shit going on, it's been played out. But anyway, man, y'all like, subscribe, comment, do all the stuffages, man. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But we gotta try to make it better, or we could just be like, criminal destruction, destruction. I bring destruction, and then you ain't doing nothing. Only destruction you gonna do is get your teeth knocked out, get beat up, or something bad happen to you, cause you ain't growing up, or you playing this role, and niggas know you fool. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. When you really on that type of timing, or you really handle business and you get down and do it on 10 toes by yourself, you ain't gotta do a whole lot of explaining, a whole lot of talking. I don't give a fuck what prison you at, what city you at, what state you at. Real recognize real. And all the rest of the shit is for the birds, especially them 50-50 yards and level 4, all that shit, boy. They keep them politics and bullshit. That shit make the nigga go bald, boy. Yeah, it ain't cool. It ain't cool. While you bitch out here getting it in and niggas is hit it, don't give a fuck. Yeah, ain't getting no let no, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple, but yeah, usually it ain't worth it, y'all. Stay, you in school, stay in school, do sports, get money, and try to do legit. You know what I'm saying? The way shit going down with money and all that, man, a nigga might come out of retirement too. Like the world is crazy. So, you gotta pick and choose the right the path for you. And I don't know what that is for the next man, but I know going back to prison or trying to knock everybody out when niggas got big old guns with switches and ain't taking ass whoopings. It don't make sense, nigga. Wake your game up, or fuck your name up, or lose your brain. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy though. We gonna come back with some more heat, probably tomorrow or sometime during next week or the week, whatever. But we gonna be up in here, man. Y'all come through, tune in, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was just doing a quick one today, but we'll chop it up and get in some more YouTube shit and just spit them, real life shit, you know what I'm saying? Have money, have heart, man, and shake them snakes, watch them face, cause they all over, man. And sometimes they be right next to you. So yeah, stay on it, y'all. Stay on it, man. And everybody have a good day, good weekend. And yeah, find out who the next nigga to hit 50-50 and who the level 4 killer is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Salute to my real ones, and I'm out. Yeah, yeah.